Last video we have just built this card slider, and we have also added this page to show all the cards list. But so the problem is the screen goes back when we navigate back. So I said like we'll fix it in the next video. So the thing is, when you use this context.go to push it, it is nothing than go router pushing the route on top of the other. And when you use go, usually it will replace the previous one. So instead of just go, you can just use push. And now if I click it, and when I click back, you should be back to here. And I know this is not 100% complying to the design here. You can see there is a gradient here, and this color is different, but still I'm leaving it like this for now. uh, and also it might not comply 100% to the design. um, our goal through this series is to more of learn to structure the application and get familiar with different flutter widgets. And also here you can see what I did is I'm not using any state management, just I'm and also not any APIs, just a static list of cards. uh, I'm going to keep doing this for now, but I'll show you like how to use a state management um, to actually do it. We will set up the data layer, and we'll do all that. But uh, uh, like for some time, let's just get the hang of this project. And also, if you remember, I said in the beginning that it will be a responsive one, right? Since we have designed for different screen sizes, and we have only run this application on iOS, and we haven't even tried out desktop at all. So we will build this overview page, and then we'll check out the um, desktop app, and then we'll revisit things again. So development is usually an iterative one. So just bear with me, and we will be able to do it. So now that we have the card here, and also this list of cards, so one thing I would like to do is I will use back. Yes. We need to render the list here also. So I'll just create a cards list here. In that, the file names are snake cased, and the variable names are camel cased. That's the convention used generally. Yeah, another way you can use it is you can have it in JSON, and then import it by uh, deserializing it using this dash card. But for now, I'll just keep it as a simple Dart list. So now we have it, you can use it here also. So I'll write the body list view, and here in the slider, let's just display three cards. Since the view all will take us whole list. So I'll just write it as 3 here, and you can see there is an error. So the for that, what you can do is we can just import sorry the minimum of both. Now this should be fine. Then when you go here, uh, the copilot has already created all these, and this seems fine to me. Or we can just return the same thing here. Yes, and so the list builder also has a separator. So instead of adding padding yourself, you can just add a divider like this. And here I don't want to add a divider. Instead, I would like to add a height of say 20 to separate them. And also, if you remember, we have added a margin here. So instead of that, I'll remove this and also remove this one, which should yes, now it should be okay. This should be fine. And this cards list view, we can just add a padding to this, and that should do it. Yeah, fine, right? Now let's just quickly make commits. As I said before also, like, be sure that you commit in small change, small keep the commits to very minimum, or else it will be difficult for someone reviewing, and also it will be difficult to for you to keep track of changes also. So what have we done in this commit? Add cards list view. Okay, now we have that. Next, let's move on to the transaction. And if you look at the transaction, we have transaction screen, and then we have transaction here. And here there is a transaction here also, and though they are a bit different, if you see this and this is same, but this is different. So we'll create a new module, transactions, and we will have presentation, and then domain, and then data. This will have transactions list dot, and this will have transaction dart. So I'll go here, I'll just copy this and I'll just change it to transaction. So the transaction will have a title, and it should have a currency. Then it should have a date, right? So I think I should not remove all this. It should have a date, it should have a currency, then maybe we can let go of this, and this will be the amount. Yes, and we have icon here. That is, I think, it might be a category or the vendor, or maybe it should be account. uh, and mainly we should know what kind of transaction it is. So for that, let's define an enum, whether it is an income or an expense. And this should be the account type. So what I'll do is I'll have a string like account ID. We are not going to have anything for now for this account ID, but we'll just keep it, and I'll tell you why later. So we can have a transaction list, it is just repeating itself. Um let's say YouTube ad revenue. This is an income, and okay, this will be here. Well, this usually, as you know, it will come from the API through a repository, uh, but I'm just adding it here. Now, what we have recent transaction, so we name the widget like that itself. So we have recent transaction here, and we will again will have a widgets. You might be thinking that I'm organizing this into different thing, and there is not much code going into each module. That is because we have other things to add as well. So when we add them, it will all make sense to divide them into different modules. So looking at it, this can be just a listed tile, and let's add this in the overview, so that we can see the output and update it. Okay, Copilot is giving me. Now we have again list view builder, text, then we have item count, okay, it needs to have a size. Let's add this site itself. Okay, we have it here. Then like here, how in the card slider we have added this, we also need to have this recent transaction. So I'll just copy this, and in the recent transaction I will add a column, then I will put the text here. Recent transactions. You see we have this error again. We can give this one shrink wrap true, so that it will wrap, instead of stretching, trying to stretch the entire length, it will wraps to the content size. Then as usual, if you want to have it in the start, you can do this, and here uh, you can have the sized box with height to separate them a little. And yeah, we also need some padding. Maybe we can just have it Why I'm not going with the whole padding is because we have this one, right? It does not have any padding, so that is why I'm not adding padding to the whole container. So edge inserts only left 20, and we'll remove this const. Yes. And overview screen, it should be symmetric, horizontal 20. Yeah. And this recent transaction, we need transaction is equal to transaction list index. Then we have the title as this, so it will be dot title okay, that should be transaction amount to string, this will be date. We'll fix the formatting. And also if you see there is an overflow issue because we have a height of 250 but it is overflowing. If we raise, it will surely fix that, but we don't want that. We can just remove that height and that should be fine. And every scroll widget will have this one, the physics, scroll physics. So we can make it never scrollable physics so that it does not behave like a one, since we already have one scroll here. So how it is like this. If I just copy this and paste it again, now if you see, it scroll as one and this scrolls individually, but this does not scroll. And there are other scrolling widgets as well in Flutter, like a custom scroll, nested scroll, and this one single scroll widget, single scroll child, single child scroll view, and list view of course has a scroll. And then there is a sliver list builder and all. And this one, we are not gonna keep it as is. We are gonna see and modify it later if required. This is just for now, we have kept it like this. We'll modify this as required. Okay, then we have the transaction here. This is the recent transaction. Now let's just style it a little, and of course we need to add a leading icon. Okay, this is something, this one. So I'm gonna leave it as is, and let me show you to style it. So when you want to style it, what you can do is you can add a decoration, a box decoration, and we don't need any color here. but we need a border. Okay, so it is trying to do all that. Gray color. And also, if you have noticed, I have not added any theme as of now. We'll be doing that also. So yeah, it's pretty big, and we can have a border radius of 20 maybe. Yes. Okay, I have removed the padding. Now it has adjusted quite well. And we have things to take care here. We'll have a style. And yeah, we can have a font size 20. Okay, 20 is too much. And this one we will first round it. Yes, that should be fine. Now we need to have format dates, right? So let's look at formatting the date. Format date flutter. This comes from INTL library. Now if I try to do this, let me show you. I cannot import it because I don't have the INTL package, so we can quickly add it. Now if I see, I can import it, and this says how I can add the formatting. Okay, what we can do is transaction.date. It should be this format. We have date here, then month. So we don't have that format, but we can just add one. We can have a date, and we can have a month, then we'll have year. So that makes it. And the month is full, so we'll add the full month name. And there's a plus and minus here. We can actually do one thing. It is one thing to have a date format, and also formatted amount based on the transaction type. If it is income, we'll have plus, or else we'll have minus. So with this, we have a less clutter here. Can just remove the style. See, now we have a nice formatting, right? Just remove this, then we'll just copy the entire thing, and we will return this in the transaction type. And for this transaction type, we can have a transaction, and we can just return transaction card from here, and that should solve it. We'll just use relative imports, and here also we'll be using relative imports if it is in the same module. If it is in a different module, we will use through the package itself. Okay, here what we have missed is adding a barrel file, as I said earlier. So that will make it very less cluttered. Okay, and we can just import this package, reorder it, that should be fine. So this is what, guys, so this is how we add it. And the transactions, like we assume that they are ordered in descending order of their date, and item count will limit it to 3 here also. And yeah, that's it. So and tomorrow, in tomorrow's stream, we will continue this again. And in this stream, we have learned about adding this list view and arranging them. Then we have uh, formatted the dates. So we have used INTL package, and usually another way other than this is like having a utility function, creating utilities so that you can use them. uh, I haven't done that here, but that is also a good way, because this format you might be using it. uh, yeah, and I'll meet you in tomorrow's stream, guys. And if you have liked the video, please do like, share and subscribe. uh, and your like means a lot to me. And if you have any doubts, any queries, please put them in the comments. And also, if you have any concept that you want me to cover, please do let me know, and I'll put my best effort in creating video on that. And you can find all the code in the repository, which you can find it in the description. And I'll meet you tomorrow.